Hey there, science fans. Welcome back to another exciting episode where we dive into the wonders of our world. Have you ever thought about what keeps our planet warm enough to live on? It's our atmosphere. This thin layer of gases is crucial for life as we know it. This amazing layer of gases acts like a giant blanket, trapping just the right amount of heat from the sun. Pretty cool, right? Without it, Earth would be a frozen wasteland. But here's the thing. We've been pumping too much carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into our atmosphere. This is mainly due to human activities like burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial processes. Think of it like wrapping ourselves in an extra blanket in the middle of summer. It sounds uncomfortable, right? That's exactly what's happening to our planet. It makes things way too warm, leading to climate change. This warming effect is causing glaciers to melt, droughts to become more severe, and temperatures to rise globally. Climate change is a big deal. It's not just about warmer weather, it's about the future of our planet and the well-being of all its inhabitants. It's causing all sorts of problems like hotter temperatures, rising sea levels, and more frequent and severe weather events. These include hurricanes, wildfires, and heavy rainfall leading to floods. The impact is widespread and affects millions of lives. We need to find ways to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions and protect our planet. This means adopting renewable energy sources, planting more trees, and recycling. That's where carbon credits come in. They provide a way for businesses and individuals to offset their carbon footprint and contribute to a healthier planet. So, what exactly are carbon credits? How do they work, and why are they important? Imagine them as permission slips for the planet. Just like a permission slip allows you to do something specific, a carbon credit allows a company or country to emit a certain amount of carbon dioxide. Each carbon credit represents 1 metric ton of carbon dioxide, or its equivalent in other greenhouse gases that have been reduced or removed from the atmosphere. This means that for every credit, there's a tangible reduction in harmful emissions. Companies and even countries can earn these credits by doing things that are good for the environment, like investing in renewable energy projects, improving energy efficiency, or planting trees to absorb CO2. If they have extra credits, they can sell them to others who need to offset their own emissions. This creates a market where carbon credits can be traded much like stocks or commodities. It's like a reward system for reducing pollution. The more you reduce, the more credits you earn, and the more you can potentially profit. The idea is to create a financial incentive for businesses and nations to lower their carbon footprint and invest in cleaner technologies. By making it profitable to be environmentally friendly, we can encourage more sustainable practices on a global scale. There are lots of ways to earn carbon credits. One common method is by investing in renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, or hydropower. These sources generate electricity without burning fossil fuels, which means fewer greenhouse gas emissions. Another way is through energy efficiency projects. For example, a company might upgrade its lighting system to use less electricity, or a city might improve its public transportation to reduce car emissions. Planting trees is another great way to earn carbon credits. Trees absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere as they grow, acting as natural carbon sinks. In 1997, a bunch of countries got together in Kyoto, Japan, to talk about climate change. They came up with an agreement called the Kyoto Protocol, which was a big step towards reducing global emissions. The Kyoto Protocol established a system of carbon credits and emissions trading. It gave industrialized countries binding targets for reducing their greenhouse gas emissions and allowed them to trade credits to meet their targets. While the Kyoto Protocol was a significant milestone, it had its limitations. Not all countries participated, and some argued that the targets were not ambitious enough. Section 5. The UNFCCC, a framework for action. The Kyoto Protocol was actually part of a bigger agreement called the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, or UNFCCC. Sounds like a mouthful, right? Basically, the UNFCCC is an international treaty that aims to stabilize greenhouse gas concentrations in the atmosphere at a level that prevents dangerous interference with the climate system. It provides a framework for international cooperation on climate change and sets the stage for future agreements, like the Paris Agreement, which aims to keep global temperature rise well below 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. Section 6. The impact of carbon credits. In this section, we will explore how carbon credits can influence our global efforts to combat climate change. Carbon credits have the potential to make a real difference in the fight against climate change. They serve as a financial mechanism that incentivizes companies to reduce their carbon footprint. By putting a price on carbon emissions, they encourage businesses to reduce their environmental impact and invest in cleaner technologies. This can include adopting renewable energy sources like solar and wind power, or transitioning to electric vehicles. The money earned from selling carbon credits can be used to fund further emissions reduction projects, creating a virtuous cycle. These projects can range from reforestation efforts to community-based renewable energy initiatives. Additionally, carbon markets can stimulate innovation and drive the development of new, low-carbon technologies. Scientists and engineers are constantly working on groundbreaking solutions to reduce emissions and enhance sustainability. However, it's important to note that carbon credits are not a silver bullet. They are not a standalone solution and must be part of a broader strategy. They are just one tool in our toolbox for addressing climate change, and they need to be used in conjunction with other policies and actions. Collaboration among governments, businesses, and communities is essential to create a sustainable future. Section 7. Challenges and criticisms of carbon credits. While carbon credits can be effective, they've also faced some criticism. Some argue that they allow polluters to simply buy their way out of reducing emissions instead of making real changes to their operations. There are also concerns about the accuracy of emissions measurements and the potential for fraud in carbon markets. It's important to have robust monitoring and verification systems in place to ensure that carbon credits are actually delivering the environmental benefits they promise. Another challenge is ensuring that carbon credit projects benefit local communities and don't have negative social or environmental impacts. Section 8. Looking towards a greener future. Climate change is a serious issue, but we have the power to address it. Carbon credits are just one tool among many that can help us transition to a cleaner, more sustainable future. It's up to all of us, governments, businesses, and individuals, to work together to reduce our carbon footprint and protect our planet for generations to come. Remember, we only have one Earth, and it's our responsibility to take care of it. Keep asking questions, stay curious, and let's keep exploring the science behind a brighter future.